It is a white-knuckle drive in the GTA today, with snow falling now and rain expected a little later on. Our Faiza Amin is in North York. Faiza, set the scene for us today. It is a messy picture behind you.
Well, Melissa, we started our day off with some wet snow, but look at this. It is completely hardening at this point here. The snow that's sticking to the pavement, sticking to the roads, as we have some winter weather warnings in effect here. We also have a rainfall warning in effect here as this system just moves into the region. If you don't need to go outside, I would suggest staying indoors here. The conditions less than ideal. It's getting slippery. If you just point the camera right there, Jamie, you could just see that road turning into slush, and the city saying that as soon as the snow starts to stick to the pavement, the city will begin salting those roads. And then you also have the snow plows that will be ready to go as soon as the threshold of snow is met. That is 5 centimeters on expressways, and then it's 2.5 centimeters on expressways, and then 5 centimeters on major roads, transit routes, and those are super hilly areas here. But I want to also talk about sideway clearings. The city says that that will get underway when snow reaches 2 centimeters. The OPP, meanwhile, advising drivers to exercise caution. And as we do that, I want to come to Sergeant Kerry Schmidt with the OPP. We are seeing this traffic moving here as we're near 401 and Don Valley. But tell me a little bit about the road conditions and the concerns.
Yeah, well, it's pretty miserable standing outside here, and being on the roads isn't fun as well. We got a couple dozen crashes that we're dealing with right now. Most of them are single vehicles into the walls. You know, they're getting caught in the slush and they panic. They don't realize how slippery the roads can be with this snow and slush. It's not pleasant being outside. It's windy as well, and we just want drivers to be aware of these conditions. You know, this is winter driving, and this is different from what we've been used to. We haven't had much winter so far, and you know, we just want to make sure people understand the importance of staying in control, a firm grip on the steering wheel. You know, look to where you want to go and make sure you have enough following distance behind traffic in front of you, and look way down the road so you can anticipate when you need to start slowing down or changing lanes, because there's a lot of slush in between the lanes, and a lot of times that gets people you know, anxious and by surprise, and they often overreact, and all of a sudden the car goes sideways, and now you're into another vehicle in the ditch or in the wall.
How can drivers prepare before hitting the roads here? We often hear, give yourself plenty of time. For someone who needs to be out on the roads, you offered up some advice there. What do drivers need to know? Because we are expecting a little bit of everything. Snow and rain, and then later this evening, it's going to be rain.
Yeah, you're really having that vehicle tuned and prepped and ready to go. Washer fluid topped up, and make sure your mirrors and windows are all brushed clear of snow and ice. If you're parked in a parking lot, that snow can accumulate very quickly, and you may not be able to see out your side mirrors. And when you're changing lanes, you need to have that, because there could be a car right there. Turn on your headlights. I know it's daytime conditions, but you need to have as much lighting on you so that people can see you, and you can share the road. And again, there's still pedestrians, you know, bicyclists, and vulnerable road users out there on city streets. So be careful and keep your eyes open. And if you are a pedestrian, watch your step. Watch when you're stepping off the sidewalk to cross the road, and make sure you have eye contact with the motorists before you cross in front of their path so they see you.
Important messaging there when it comes to visibility. As we've seen throughout the day, the conditions tend to change over time. So whatever your mode of commute is, just be aware of that.
100%. And again, there's all sorts of things changing conditions. So we're dealing with snow and freezing rain and ice pellets or whatever's coming down right now, and that's maybe going to transition into rain. We might see some ponding, some flooding in different areas, low-level areas as well. That can result in hydroplaning. So again, you need to have your speed appropriate for the conditions. Stay in control and keep your eyes open.
Okay, Sergeant Kerry Schmidt, thank you so much. Important notes there for you at home if you are heading out. But let's talk a little bit about the temperatures. It is quite cold out there. The city of Toronto says that 4 of its warming centers will be open later today at 5 p.m. For our city's most vulnerable, for anybody who is experiencing homelessness. That is available, as I mentioned, 4 of those warming centers set to open today. That also includes includes walk-ins that are available at these locations on Spadina Road, south of DuPont, Elizabeth Street, behind City Hall. You have North York Warming Center, and on Scarborough Golf Club. Let's also talk about schools here. Some transportation impacts. Schools remain open, but there are bus cancellations to tell you about, including in Zone 3. That includes Peel District and Dufferin Peel's Catholic school boards, as well as for both public and Catholic school boards in Halton. Meanwhile, here in Toronto, the TCDSB and the TDSB say no bus cancellations, but there could be some delays. So for parents at home, just keep an eye on that and just know that there could be some updates later on in the day. And if you're taking the TTC says that they have their winter operations underway here. So they're also, I'm just watching out because there's a bus that just passes by and there's some puddles that are accumulating on the roads too. But if you are taking transit, you are being told to keep an eye on your commute. Melissa, I am not allowed to throw any snow at the camera operator, Jamie. He warned me, but you know what? This is good news for students at schools. Am I allowed? Oh, you got it? Oh, you're a great sport. There you go. Okay. Sergeant Kerry Schmidt. He's a great. Oh, all right. He's hitting me now. All right. Back to you, Melissa. No more. We're good. Thanks so much, Melissa.
It's a fair game. Thanks for that, Faiza, tracking these changing weather developments. We'll check in with you a little later on.
Thank you so much. We'll be back to recess times.